Howdy, all. You have a nice week, busy week, good day, something like that. Well, it's time to end that day of goodness because it's time for the man they call Doom's Call of Duty news. Now, on our last show, which was at least this time is at least like 3 months old at this point. I believe I did that back in December, all the way back then. So, that was before they added in supply drops. So we're going way back. In our last show, we talked about how we're getting Winter Crash, and I talked about the rumor of if there being supply drops, and apparently there is so, which by this point is 100-year-old news to all of you guys right now. And of course, we've gotten the Call of Duty, the next Call of Duty leak. So seems things are kind of about on schedule for the leaks and rumors around this time. Usually, like the same kind of thing happens every year. Rumors spark like around well, the game comes out in November. Rumors spark around April to May, and then we get trailer the next month, and then we get more information and stuff like that to our delight. And like with rumors going around saying that the new Call of Duty game is gonna be World War II, which that'd be pretty cool. Like stuff like that I do like. Like say for example Battlefield 1, I love that game. Been playing that game endlessly, on stream and shit like that. And the good thing about it is that that they're going back to the roots, so to say, because the first 3 to 5 Call of Duties before we decided on making Modern Warfare were all World War II games. So it's pretty cool to see that. But of course the downside is that what's gonna await us. Are we gonna have supply drops? Most likely, because like the supply drop is like one of the most overdone, worn out topic at this point. So there's no real reason to even continue talking about it, because at this point it's kind of a it's kind of cliche now to talk about that for anybody. Like, hell, I made a video about it, and I'm not proud of that video because I don't even fucking like that video, to be honest. And like it's just really like to how do I explain this? It's kind of inedible, okay? Like ever since Advanced Warfare we've gone supply drops, and ever since that point, we're gonna be getting in every installment. Further on, hell, even Modern Warfare Remastered, like what I was talking about in that video, that nobody hoped for that, but of course we ended up getting it because nobody even likes that idea. But hell, they gotta do their money. They gotta get their money somehow, So it definitely gonna seem very likely that there'll be supply drop weapons, or the supply drops in general, in the next Call of Duty, the Rotor game, that is. The kind of thing that kind of upset me about the leaks is I actually thought that it was gonna be a different era, because like for me, like one of my favorite games, I didn't even play initially when it came out, was Black Ops 1, because I kind of skipped that era. Black Ops 1 is really cool, I enjoy that era, the Cold War / Vietnam War era, and it's really cool to me. I'm really interested in shit like that, and I would like to see a faithful Call of Duty adaptation of maybe the Vietnam War era, because I actually really enjoy that. And we did kind of get to Black Ops 1, but I said it's more with the Cold War, and doesn't really coincide with what it is then and now, because I was maybe hoping, I don't know, maybe this is kind of thing like with the next Battlefield game coming out next year, because it's more of a 2018 release. I would imagine. I would hope that maybe they go to like another time period as well, since Battlefield and EA, one thing they can do right though is get time periods very, very right. Like for example, the Battlefield 1 time period, World War One. It's a faithful adaptation of that time period, and it does it very well. Of course, there's some things that don't really match with it, but it's kind of a mix between the two. And they have made a Battlefield Vietnam game, but it's more of an expansion pack that they did for Battlefield Bad Company 2. It was Battlefield Bad Company Vietnam, and I played the hell out of that. That shit was awesome, like, and I actually really, that's how I actually really started getting some more Battlefield. Like I played the first Battlefield Bad Company, but that was back in 2010, 2011-ish. Actually, yeah, 2011 was when I got Bad Company, the original. And then, like, I started Battlefield Bad, I heard that, Battlefield 3 was coming out, so, I got that. Later down the line, I purchased, Bad Company 2, and then I got, the Vietnam War expansion pack, even though, that then was, kind of old already. I believe it was a couple months old before Battlefield 3 came out, but whatever, it's still an amazing game, I actually really like it. So some of the things, after rambling on for about 3 minutes, let's get to kind of the topics we're talking about here, which was that already. And also, like, as you guys already know, that the new supply drop weapons, they added back in February, and of course, in March as well, when we got the what you call it, the fucking Daybreak map for March, which is, it's really cool that Daybreak. I do like that. It's kind of cool. It's kind of seeing what they're taking, like action and making more like Mirror Lake themed maps, kind of like that Nier Cinema video. I'll leave a link in the description, and he's actually pretty cool. But like I can see that that's kind of cool to freshen things up, because like sometimes maps get tiresome, some games get tiresome with certain maps, and of course we have, leading on to that, we have the Variety DLC pack, which is already released on PS4. It was released, I believe, like not even like half a week ago. I believe maybe like more than a week has been out already, and it's actually it's pretty cool that they actually remastered that, but kind of sucks because they fucking made us buy it again, which is a kind of a shitty thing to do, because the Variety map pack, I remember buying it as shit fucking years ago. That was, oh my god, I think like 9-10 years ago, about this point, about 9, I remember buying that, and actually it's actually really fun because it freshened things up for the game, because sometimes it just really gets boring playing on the same maps, having the same thing happen to you, because a lot of people you already know you like the spots, the camping spots. A good way to flank people and shit like that. And with the Variety map pack, coming out, I believe, in April. I believe around April 15th. I believe is when its plans come out, because I believe it came out on the 15th of March for PS4. With that coming out, I'm not sure if I'll buy it. I might not, because I don't want to spend that money on that. I could be buying Battlefield Premium, which I thought I had Battlefield Premium when I got my Battlefield Bad Company. Battlefield 1 copy, but it was just the Alien Listers edition, which I actually got online. Some person had it, so I decided to buy it. But so the Variety map pack, let's talk about that for a little bit, because it's kind of it's still related with Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, because this shit like that. Let's just say that the Variety map pack it's really a dumb thing to do, because a lot of people not even gonna plan to buy it anyway, because they don't like they're gonna make people buy it, which is not a good thing. And moving on to other topics, the DLC weapons for fucking Modern Warfare Remastered are actually pretty good. One of my friends has it. The LMG gun is actually a really good LMG. Like, we're playing around with private match in it, and it's actually a really good weapon. But it's kind of I don't know, for me it's kind of weird. Like, I know it's part of what is it called, the PKP package, or Peckeridge is basically about that Modern Warfare 3 LMG. But like, I would like to see more DLC weapons come down the line, but if it was more of a if someone had like the season pass, for example, like you have the season pass like how I do for Infinite Warfare, kind of connected together, that would actually be really cool. But of course they had to fuck that up as well. So like, it's been always said that since Black Ops 3 and even like late Advanced Warfare, if they maybe did something where like the season pass owners could get at least one or two of the DLC weapons like they did with Infinite Warfare, which is really cool. Speaking of Infinite Warfare as well, by the way, a really weird, great in transition there. The Infinite Warfare, well, that was a weird there. Infinite Warfare, the way I said it was really weird. Infinite Warfare is actually, it's all right now. Of course, you finally got the DLC for fucking Xbox. And they did something right. They actually did something really cool. They gave the person they gave the people the option to actually get the weapon, at least one of the DLC weapons. So that 2-shot burst melee weapon. It's cool. It's an interesting concept, but it's kind of a bad gun. I kind of wish they made like a fully auto variant of it. But I'm not suggesting make more variants of DLC weapons. I'm saying be fucking smart with the DLC weapons. And of course you got that weird pistol thing that looks like a staple gun. That's kind of about all my talking points here. And some of this shit's already old to you guys, like especially like that the supply drops and shit. I've been neglecting this because I haven't really been into Call of Duty as much as I used to before. But maybe I'll switch between the two. All the way next Monday will be a Battle Talk video. Wednesday will be a stream. Friday will be a podcast. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this for some reason. Me ramble on for about 10 minutes, which is about to be 9 minutes, so I'm not gonna overhaul it. So I shall see you guys next time. Don't forget to check out the Nier Cinema video, which I talked about earlier, and also don't forget to subscribe because it helps me out. And I shall see you all next time. You're